I'm a staff scientist at Science North, and today we're going to be talking about how simple machines can help us to do work. When scientists talk about work, they mean our ability to use force to move an object across a distance. If I were to give you a tennis ball and tell you to do work, to move it, what would you do? Maybe you'd throw it up into the air, or drop it, or maybe you'd roll it around. These are all examples of using force, or in this case our muscle power, to move this object. It may not seem like we're doing a lot of work to throw a tennis ball, but imagine if this were instead a watermelon or a bowling ball. Would it be just as easy for me to throw a bowling ball into the air? I'd probably have to do a lot more work. We're going to look at two types of simple machines that help us do work. To do this experiment, we're going to need a few materials. We'll need some tape, a small weight. I'm using a small can of food, a round marker, a ruler, or if like me, all of your rulers are bendy, something that won't bend, like this paint stick for stirring paint. String, a rolling pin, and a heavy book. We're going to start by taking a look at how levers help us to do work. A lever is a simple machine that has a sort of bar or arm and a turning point called a fulcrum. The way levers work is that we can apply force to one side of the lever and it will use our force to move an object on the other side. We're going to build a very simple lever, starting with our marker and some tape. So using your tape, we're going to tape your marker down onto a table, and it's going to be our fulcrum. Next, we're going to take our load or our weight, and we're going to tape it to one end of our ruler or paint stick. I think I need more tape. This is just to help it stay in place while we're doing the experiment. There we go. Next, we're just going to put our paint stick right on top of our marker. You'll see my marker is right in the middle of my lever here, and it makes it look kind of like a teeter-totter. And in fact, a teeter-totter or seesaw is a lever. Now you have worksheets where you can record the results of your experiment, but I want you to try pushing down on the empty end of your lever to lift up your can. And pay attention to how high your paint can goes and how easy it feels to lift it up. You just need to use one or two fingers and write down what you observe, or you can draw what you observe on your worksheet. I want you to try moving where your marker is, where your fulcrum is along your lever, to see if it changes how it feels. So if you try moving your fulcrum so that it's really close to your load, to your can, does it feel different when you push down on the other end of the lever? Now we have a really, really long arm here to push down on. So how does that feel? What about if we do the opposite? And we have just a little tiny spot here to push down on and a long arm attached to our can. Does it feel like it takes more work or less work to lift up the can? And what do you notice about how high your can goes? You might be surprised. Pulleys are another type of simple machine that help us to do work. They help us do work by lifting or lowering objects or from moving them from side to side. You may have seen pulleys in your life before if you've ever taken an elevator, which has pulleys that help raise and lower the elevator throughout the building. Or if you have a clothesline at home, you might have noticed that there's a pulley there that helps you move the clothes along the clothesline. Right now, we're going to try to use a pulley to see how it affects how easy it is to lift a book. So I have a pretty heavy book here. I hope you have one too. And I want you to just lift it straight up. So straight up as high as you can. Over your head if you want, but be careful that you're not going to drop it. And just feel the work that your arms are doing. If you hold it for long enough, do you feel your muscles starting to get tired? It may seem pretty easy, but imagine if this were something way, way heavier. Probably be very hard to lift. Now I want you to take your string and tie it around your book. You don't want the string to slip off, so one way that you can tie it, and you may want to ask an adult to help you, is to put it inside the pages like I just did. So I just opened up my book and I put my string right inside, closed my book, and then tied a knot on the outside. This way my string won't fall off and I won't drop my book on my toes. Make sure that you have a nice knot. And then try to lift your book straight up just by holding the string. Is it easy? Can you feel your muscles doing work? All right. Now we're going to try with a pulley. I have an actual pulley here. It's a very small one that I can use. Or I can use something that works similarly to a pulley, like this rolling pin. We can turn this into a pulley. So I have a rolling pin, and when I roll it, it spins around kind of like a wheel. I recommend that you have a second human help you with this activity. One person will be your pulley holder, so they will hold the rolling pin out in front of them, just like this, both hands on the rolling pin. And the other person is going to loop the string over and then pull on the end to help lift the book. I'm going to demonstrate with just myself, but please, please, please get someone to help you with this experiment. So you'd have one person holding, and then you'd wrap the string around, and then you'd pull down to lift up your book. There we go. And I'll try again. So the pulley works by helping you to do the work of lifting up the load. Pulleys and levers are just two types of simple machines that can help us to do work. Other simple machines like wedges, inclined planes, wheels and axles, and screws can also help us to do work. And they make up all the different types of machines and tools that we use to perform all sorts of different tasks. Thank you for joining me today for Science at Home. I hope that you have a great day. Thank you.